The next for immediate consideration is Senator Tiara T. Mack, Senate resolution congratulating the Brown University Women's Rugby team on winning the 2024 Collegiate Rugby Championship, National 7S Women's Premier Cup Championship for the second year in a row. Senator Mack.
Thank you, Madam President. May that please be read.
Senate resolution congratulating the Brown University Women's Rugby team on winning the 2024 Collegiate Rugby Championship's National Sevens Women's Premier Cup Championship for the second year in a row. Whereas the Collegiate Rugby Championship National Sevens is the largest collegiate rugby tournament in the world, with 144 teams participating and 300 matches being played. And whereas in a command performance that wowed all observers, the Brown University Women's Rugby team repeated as the champions of the Collegiate Rugby Championship Women's Premier Cup as they dominated a talented Army team to win by a final score of 12-5. And whereas Kate Muldoon, a Women's Premier Cup all-tournament team selection and the MVP of the tournament, got the Bears squad off to a fast start when she offloaded to Akela Cathy to put the first points on the board. Morgan Cunningham put the Bears up 12-0 at halftime, a lead the Brown women's team would never relinquish, thanks to the relentless defense that they played in the second half and the stellar play also provided by Women's Premier Cup all-tournament selection Nikki Lynch. And whereas winning a championship at the collegiate level is an incredible achievement, and repeating as champions is an achievement accomplished by very few teams, the Brown women's rugby team has compiled these incredible accomplishments thanks to a talented and resilient roster comprised of a group of young ladies who will always give 100% and always place team needs and goals ahead of personal aspirations. These gifted athletes of the champion Brown University women's rugby team include Aziza Alfred, Ashley Amparo, Michaela Otoig, Olivia Baptiste, Larissa Barboza, Hannah Cabalas, Akila Cathy, Faith Chen, McKenna Corsiglia, Kendall Cunningham, Morgan Cunningham, Val Detho, Delaney Dill, Hattie Grant, Noelle Lewis, Nikki Lynch, Elizabeth Mahoney, Kate Muldoon, Tate Muller, Julia Murray, Lily Nowak, Emmy Augmacht, Natalie Fonwang, Tarn Riley, Jaya Sandhu, Jania Vandervoort, Trinity Williams, Sadie Wilson, and Jordan Weissman. And whereas the Brown University women's rugby team is blessed to be led by head coach Rosalind Cho, one of the very best rugby coaches in the nation. She recently tied the record for most titles in the history of the Collegiate Rugby Championship, winning back-to-back titles at Brown and previously winning back-to-back titles at Life University. Head coach Chu was ably assisted all season by the contributions provided by assistant coaches Bridget Cahaley and Kitney Wagner-Ruiz. Now therefore be it resolved that this Senate of the state of Rhode Island hereby congratulates the Brown University women's rugby team for winning the 2024 Collegiate Rugby Championship National Sevens Women's Premier Cup Championship for the second year in a row. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be and he is hereby authorized and directed to transmit a duly certified copy of this resolution to the Brown University Women's Rugby Team head coach, Rosalind Cho.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Clerk, for reading that. I'm extremely proud to not only be an alum of Brown, but also to be an alum of the Brown Women's Rugby Team. There's tough, and then there's rugby tough. When I was an undergrad, I joined the team as a club sport and soon realized how much resources we needed in order to make sure that sports, women's sports, some of the only high contact collision sports, had the same resources as other student athletes on campus. In my sophomore year, we successfully petitioned the university to become one of the first varsity sports in the entire nation. And that was 10 years ago in 2014 when I was the inaugural captain. And since then, the team has gone on to not only excel on the pitch, but to also excel off the pitch. Our student athletes become doctors, lawyers, heads of companies, but they also are resilient, remarkable people who take the tenacity, grit, and perseverance required from rugby. Again, one of the only high contact sports available to young athletes, young female athletes. And they take that and they leave the university and become amazing all around people. And so I'm really fortunate to be able to not only be a Brown alum, but to be a Brown Rugby alum. And I hope this works, but we have a saying on the team, I love. There you go. Congratulations, ladies.
Well done. This has been moved. Do I have a second? Been moved and seconded by the entire Senate. Nope. All those in favor? Aye. Getting ahead of this, we got a big agenda. Any nays? Okay. Senator Mack, did you have introductions that you wanted to revert back to?
I'll introduce the entire team. No, I'm just kidding. No introductions.
Thank you, and everybody says thank you.